Ridley Scott takes us back to the alien universe in Prometheus. Hi everyone, it's me Ben and welcome to Entertainment Zone. I am here for my review of Prometheus, which I saw today, opening day here in the UK. For anyone that doesn't know, Prometheus is the prequel to Alien that Ridley Scott won't actually call a prequel, even though he says it is set before Alien and is in the Alien universe. Okay, now the reason he's saying this is because it's very much its own story. The film sees a group of scientists going on a mission in space to a faraway planet where they believe they are going to meet aliens that they like to call engineers, who they believe could have actually engineered the human race. And when they get there, things take a turn for the worse. Now the film does stand in its own. You don't actually need to have seen any of the Alien movies, I don't think, to understand this story. Obviously, having seen them, there will be a greater appreciation for this movie and things that you'll pick up on more. But, you know, it's not vital that you have seen Alien. The movie, to me, was actually pretty well done. I think, you know, Ridley Scott is an amazing filmmaker, and he's got a real eye for cinematography. He can really shoot something and make it look just incredible, and undoubtedly he's done that in this film. The cinematography is just truly amazing, and I feel that the 3D wasn't too bad either. It was shot actually in 3D, so there are some images where there's real depth, and when there's holograms and stuff, obviously they are utilised by the 3D. The movie has an excellent cast, really phenomenal. There's no weak links in the cast at all. Everyone's top form. You know, the main character is Elizabeth Shaw, played by Noomi Rapce, you know, from the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo movies. And, you know, she uses a British accent, but her performance was phenomenal. Her character was also very different from Ripley. There are you know, from the Alien saga, there's elements that's kind of Ripley-ish, but she's very different in that she's not this tough woman from the beginning. You know, she's someone in search of knowledge, someone with faith, someone with a troubled background, and she can be a fragile woman at times, but she has to learn to be strong and you know, think quick on her feet. And I really thought she was an excellent leading character. Her love interest in the movie is Holloway, played by Logan Marshall Green, and he was actually really a cool guy too. I really thought he brought a good performance, and, you know, he worked well with Noomi. You know, they had good chemistry, and they were very believable as a couple, and also actually very likable. Sometimes that's a hard thing to do, to get a couple who's likable, but they really were. For me though, the standout performances were from Idris Elba as Yannick, who is the captain of the Prometheus spaceship, and Charlize Theron as Vickers. Meredith Vickers. I thought those two were, you know, phenomenal, and to me they were the real standouts. And of course, there's been a lot of talk about Michael Fassbender as the android David. He did give a brilliant performance. I can't fault him either. He was very good, and he deserves the praise he gets. You know, Fassbender's been doing a lot of movies lately, and it's really understandable why that is. because he's really good at what he does, and he really commits to his roles and gives a great performance. Um, Guy Pearce is in the movie too. I'm not gonna say his character's name, as it could be spoilerish. I don't know. Ridley was a bit hush about the character he was playing, but I think fans like who is playing, and it does link in with Alien. There are there are links to the Alien saga in this movie. Um, and the biggest of those is the space jockey from the first Alien. This movie deals with them a lot, and kind of who the space jockeys are. So all in all, I was very pleased with this. The score was great too. I should mention I did like the score. The cinematography was awesome. The acting was awesome. I really liked the score. I liked how it tied to Alien. There are questions that I left unanswered. The film is co-written by Damon Lindelof from Lost, so there's no real surprises there. But the movie, um, I think it is going to be getting a sequel, either one or two sequels. I'm not too sure yet. But it'd be interested to see how they expand on it based on the unanswered questions from this. But the unanswered questions don't leave me feeling dissatisfied. I've read and heard some reviews that people felt a bit robbed because there's so many unanswered questions. I wouldn't say there's loads of unanswered questions, but there are unanswered questions. But that didn't affect my enjoyment of the movie. There's a lot of, I say a lot, but really there wasn't. There was a moderately adequate amount of gore and gory deaths, and it was really well done. And it got a 15 certificate here in the UK. I personally wouldn't have minded it seeing vamped up just a little bit more, to maybe get that 18 rating. But at the same time, it did what worked with Alien. Sometimes less is more, and it makes it more effective. So I can understand how Ridley got that good balance there. But all in all, I was very, very impressed with this movie. And it's highly recommended. It's definitely the big sci-fi movie of the year. And I think any science fiction fan will really enjoy it, and any fan of the Alien franchise. And because of that, I would probably rate this movie 9 out of 10. So well worth checking out. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you thought of it in the comments. Did the unanswered questions bother you? What did you think of all the stuff that went on? Did you like how it tied to Alien? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to quickly discuss one or two spoilers now. So if you haven't seen Prometheus, please go and check it out, because it's an amazing movie, and then come back and watch the spoilers if you like, because it's really a movie that you don't want to get spoiled. Okay, so you've had your spoiler warning, so let's quickly go over the spoilers. Let's start with the big one. Was there going to be a xenomorph in the movie? Ridley said no, and technically there wasn't, but there was a very big kind of origin of the xenomorph, I guess. And I know that Ridley originally thought Alien 3 should deal with the origin of the xenomorph, so perhaps that's where the Prometheus sequels are going. We saw this like proto xenomorph at the end of the movie, so it's going to be interesting to learn how that got to become the xenomorph we all know and love. It's also going to be interesting to see how, I hope it will be addressed in future sequels, how the space jockey, who is revealed to be the engineers, who they actually are, but more importantly, how that specific, how the space jockey ended up on LV-426 in Alien, whether we're going to get any answers to that, because, you know, obviously when the space jockey ship starts rising up in this movie, you think, oh my god, this is it. You know, it's going to probably end up on LV-426, and then the Prometheus crashes it down. So it'll be interesting to see how far they're going to explain and link it to Alien in the future. Guy Pearce was obviously Peter Weyland, so it'd be interesting to see more on the Weyland Yutani mythology. You know, how did Weyland become a merger with Weyland Yutani? And you know, will it go deeper into more its plans to get the aliens, which we've seen over the course of the Alien movies? Something I would have liked more mythology on the Weyland Yutani company, so hopefully we might get this in the sequels. I loved the attacks from the new aliens. You know, the cobra going down the throat. I loved you know, Noomi's Shaw's, you know, C-section she does on herself, you know, and getting the new, you know, the squid-like alien. That was really cool. And then later at the end, you know, that again, that squid alien was pretty cool. The proto-xenomorph was obviously awesome. It was really sad when Holloway died, you know, because you really feel for Shaw and for him actually. And I like the way that you know, David was meant to be this soulless being, yet he has some of the most, you know, morally prolific things to say in the movie. And also, you know, that he can go from being nice to kind and, you know, back and forth. And that ultimately, though, he does redeem himself. And I'm very glad that, you know, he survived, because it'd be great to see Fassbender in a sequel. And I'm really glad Noomi survived as Shaw, because I really do think that Shaw has the potential to become my generation's Ripley, you know. So yes, I was very impressed with the movie, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on those spoilers. So again, if you've seen the movie, let me know what you thought in the comments, and remember to make sure you never miss a video, be it a review or movie or TV news. Be sure to subscribe and to check out, and if you've got Tumblr, also follow the website at www.entertainmentzone.tumblr.com. Go and check out Prometheus. You know, I can't wait to see it again. I'm very impressed.